Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 3 in the 2020 NOFSRL Haas IndyCar Series. We are here, No Limits Texas, the Texas Motor Speedway for the Fort Worth 125K. This a 52-lap race under the lights around this 1.5 mile speedway in Fort Worth, Texas. And we're in store for a good one. It's going to be a wild race. There's going to be a lot of passing. There's going to be pit strategy. There could be a few wrecks as well. And after what we saw at Lime Rock last week when Nathan Stapleton overshot the corner and knocked himself out of the race after he dominated the first part of that event, anything is possible. So, Trey, what do you think we're going to see here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway? It's going to be a wild race with these cars going over 220 miles per hour around this short 1.5 mile oval.
Indeed, it will be. You guys thought that the Chick-fil-A Cup Series cars going around Texas was fun? Wait till you see the Indy cars coming around. In case you didn't know, my name is Trey, and I'll be co-commenting this race, and definitely going to be a very interesting race. As you said, the cars are just going to be flying around here at unimaginable speeds, wheel-to-wheel, door-banging, but if you door-bang, you're probably going to wreck. So definitely going to be a very exciting race here at the Texas Motor Speedway. I've got my eye on Thomas Troxley. He's the defending winner of this race and coincidingly the points leader. So Thomas Troxley, I think, is definitely going to be the one to beat in this race.
We'll have to see what he can do. Of course, like Trey mentioned, he is the defending race winner. However, this race is longer than it was last year. Last year was a 42-lap race. This year it's a 52-lap race. So a little bit more added on to this one this year, and we'll have a pit stop as well, a little bit past halfway. Now, if we get an early caution, then that could throw strategy into the mix, so who knows what's going to happen. We do know that Luke Rainey won a bonus point towards the championship for winning the pole yesterday, so he's going to help himself in the championship with that. But Thomas Troxley, also the points leader in this series after 2 races, 84 points towards the championship. Nicholas Samadeo, 15 points behind. Indy 250 champion didn't have the best of runs at Lime Rock, but he's still up there in the points. Chase Harris won that race at Lime Rock, beating off Marty Johnson on the last lap pass, is 22 points behind. Noah Clifton, Owen Miles tied for 4th, 32 points behind each. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here from the Texas Motor Speedway here on this Friday night. Hope you guys are having a great evening. It's 52 laps here at Texas, and it's Luke Rainey who will be leading us to the green flag for the Fort Worth 125K alongside of Nathan Faden in the number 21. A couple of Haas IndyCar Series veterans there on the front row. Number 7 machine of Thomas Lipscomb will be starting to the inside of Mason Brown. Of course, this is Mason Brown's first super speedway of the season as he failed to qualify for the Indianapolis 250. Jordan Lopez and Garrett Sonor. Of course, Lopez, a longtime veteran to the series. Garrett Sonor, a longtime veteran and Napa fan. A lot of experience there. Cole Speed, a true rookie, to the inside of Marty Johnson, who almost won that race at Lime Rock last week. He's looking for a little bit of redemption here tonight at Texas, looking for his first Haas IndyCar Series race victory. Noah Clifton to the inside of Mitchell Collins. That's the top 10 starting positions here for the Fort Worth 125K. Of course, Trey already mentioned who he thinks is going to win this race. But here's another guy we should watch out for here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway.
I think the pole sitter, Luke Rainey, I think he's definitely going to be fast. He was a little bit mid-pack on Indianapolis, but this is a totally different ball game on the cookie cutter quad oval track. So I think Luke Rainey and Thomas Troxley are going to be the class of the field here. Texas 125.
Of course, Luke Rainey has won in Indianapolis 250 before. He's a past IndyCar Series champion. But Troxley, the defending winner of this race, and not much has changed here from last year to this year, except we're under the lights now. Friday night action at Texas in the Haas IndyCar Series for Green Flag Racing in the Fort Worth 125K. Lap 1, and a bonus point towards the championship for Luke Rainey. To the inside for second, Jordan Lopez on Thomas Lipscomb, his teammate Cole Speed right behind him. An inside lane's going to have the advantage early on, but once the tires start to wear out, the outside lane might get a run off the corner. But either way, Luke Rainey looking to lead a second straight lap. It looks like he will do so ahead of Jordan Lopez, but Lopez is coming on the inside lane for the race lead.
We're going to the apex turns 3 and 4. I believe the yellow car, second car on that inside lane is the 18 of Josh King. He almost made
Noah Clifton there on the inside of Luke Rainey, and now almost 3 wide as Garrett Sonora looks to move to the inside. He will think better of it. Jordan Lopez, who, along with Marty Johnson, both of those drivers have been in this series for a very long time, and neither of them have ever won a race in this series. Lopez looking to get his first here tonight at Texas. Sonora there for second. Here comes Dale Lightning and Max Anderson on the inside lane, and our last winner, Chase Harris on the inside as well.
Texas definitely provides a lot of fast racing. It's like the Texas is like the equivalent to Daytona or Talladega for the Cup cars, so there's going to be a lot of passing. Like Napa fan said, the inside lane is going to be the preferred line, as we see the number 3 car of Max Anderson going to second place. The 14 of Jordan Lopez has got a huge lead, but the Tech is going to catch up to him with the draft.
And Max Anderson there going to cut in front of Chase Harris. That might benefit Anderson to catch up to the back of the 14 machine. Chase Harris now has Nicholas Samadillo to deal with here. Of course, Samadillo won the first super speedway of the season in Indianapolis, and he's definitely showing some strength on the ovals. And look at who's coming to the field. Our points leader, Thomas Troxel, who finished runner-up in that Indy 250 and won this race last year. We're going to say that a lot tonight, that he won this race last year. But Troxel up to third now to the inside of Samadillo. Here comes Justin Zeidel, Matt Tuck, and Audra Baranowski's on the inside. A lot of veterans and a lot of solid drivers in this series moving their way through the field here at Texas.
Indeed, as you saw, Thomas Troxel nearly shut the door on Nicholas Samadillo, and if you get hooked, especially in the turns, that's going to produce a huge wreck. And with the amount of speeds that these guys are carrying in the turns, it's just going to accordion like an ARCA brake crash. So hopefully we do not have any cars hooking in the turns or hooking in general.
Single file through about the top 7 positions now. Tristan Allen, Andrew Miller moving their way through the field. And then you got the number 34 of Nathan Stapleton, and for the race lead, Max Anderson. Able to get to the gearbox of the 14 of Jordan Lopez. He's going to move to the inside and take the race lead away. Here's Justin Zeidel as well. And Zeidel's also going to get a run on Max Anderson, and he will take the race lead away from the number 3. Zeidel has not won a race in this series since 2018. He is the defending champion, but he failed to win a race last year. Zeidel would definitely love to get one here tonight at Texas. But we went about 7 laps without a pass for the lead, and then we had 3 of them in 1 lap. Matt Tuck is going to lead lap number 9.
See, the field split up just a little bit there mid-pack, so I'm not sure if a driver got squirrely coming out of turn 4, which isn't that surprising. But yeah, Matt Tuck goes to the lead, and the first car on the inside lane before cars went back to the inside lane was Nathan Stapleton. He does have a little bit of a redemption arc going for him after he unfortunately got out of the groove at the Lime Rock race, and that cost him the win and a decent finish. So definitely got a redemption story for the 34.
For Stapleton was en route to his first, or should I say second IndyCar Series race victory. I think it was going to be his second. He's actually won before in this series, I do believe. But going for another one here at Texas to the inside of Andrew Miller, and now they're really starting to pass for the race lead. It's looking like the Texas of years past here. Of course, we're not seeing that frequent cycle like we used to see here, but we're still seeing a cycle, and definitely some interesting racing going on here at the Texas Motor Speedway. John Andrews, now Davey Johnson moving to the inside, and Edgar Barreto, fresh off a Turkey Hill Series race victory last night at Iowa, also moving his way on the inside lane here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
And you see Owen Miles in the 38, teammate to Nathan Stapleton. Maybe the American Autosport cars can get together and run this. I believe that is Buck Hover, 4th car on the inside lane, being helped with Francois Chastain, the 62. So 4 cars on the inside lane. Now we're starting to see inside lane be less and less of the dominant line as the second line has begun to form here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, the inside's actually working really well now. These guys are getting runs to the inside. Owen Miles now for the race lead on Edgar Barreto. Buck Hover is now moving his way on the inside. We saw Jordan Lopez pull out to that race lead initially, but now they are back in the cycle up front. And Lopez is a guy who's actually moving his way back up front in the number 14. Now Josh King moving his way inside the top 10 there in the 18s. Another one of those guys who failed to qualify for the Indy 250. But pretty early right now. Double wide throughout the majority of the field. Luke Rainey might have had an issue. He was on the apron there through 1 and 2. Looks like he's going to keep it together for now, and we remain green here at Texas. Lap 15 of 52. There's a good chance this race could go caution-free. In testing, these guys kept it together pretty well, which is great. We don't really necessarily want to have a wreck at a high-speed oval like this. It's not too pretty when it happens. Lopez to the point. Here comes Josh King in the 18. And now King's going to go to the inside and lead a lap here in the Fort Worth 125K. Every time you lead a lap, or should I say, if you lead a lap in a race, you get a bonus point towards the championship. But for Lopez, he currently has led the most laps in this race. He's currently holding on to the extra 2 points towards the championship and then number 14.
Exactly that, as we see the 3-car of Max Anderson go to the inside. And you said that the cycling has definitely begun to pick up here, and which is much like the Daytona and Talladega races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. The only thing that difference between them, there were no pit stops under green flag in the Talladega race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, if I'm not mistaken. So the pit stops midway through this race are definitely going to play a factor into who wins this race.
They definitely will, and they definitely will tomorrow in the Portland race for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but that's a road course, a completely different animal. This... Don't want to lose the lead draft, because if you do, odds are you're not going to win the race. Mitchell Collins now to the inside of Max Anderson. And Mason Brown moving his way through the field in the 37 as well. We've pretty much gotten the cycle through all the drivers in the field. There are a few guys who haven't seen the front yet. Guys like Christian Master in the 59 and Peyton Hamilton in the 11 who are back in there. These guys... Oh, caution has come out.
Yellow.
Somebody had an issue. Nathan Stapleton again. In the 34, lap 20 of 52, our first caution of the night here in the Fort Worth 125K. Race back to the line was won by Mason Brown. And just for a second, because it's going to change, look at the average speed. These guys have been going 230.7. That is the average speed from the start of the race when they were going up to speed to now. So they've been going on average just a little bit faster than that per lap the past few laps here. Some wild stuff here at Texas. But another tough break for Nathan Stapleton. Looks like another accident for the driver of the number 34. Hasn't been the best of runs for him this season so far. Thankfully, we're still early on in the season, but in a strict points championship, I should say, every point matters throughout the entire season, and you don't want to lose them at any point throughout the seasons. But pit stops going on here at the Texas Motor Speedway. I don't know if they'll be able to make it to the end from here. This is going to be interesting. It could turn into a fuel mileage race. The caution came out at the perfect time for it. I think it's about a 30-lap fuel run here, so we're going to have to see. But 4 tire stops for all these guys. The fresher tires you have, the easier it is to get around this place. Off the pit lane, it's Nathan Faden, who actually jumped Mason Brown when they were coming down. So he'll be the new race leader here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here in the Fort Worth 125K. Nathan Stapleton coming around in the number 34. And here's the number 34, Nathan Stapleton. And you might be wondering, how did he get caught up in an accident? Looks like they're just in the pack like they have been the whole race. Well, look at what happens here. Off the second dogleg in the front stretch. Overshoots the entry in the turn 1, and bam! There's the safer barrier. And another single car incident for Nathan Stapleton. It's not going to take him out of the race, surprisingly. Just spun around and hit the left side of his car, but telling you, can't catch a break from himself lately. Was leading at Lime Rock, overshot turn 1, was in the main pack here, and misjudged the safer barrier entering turn number 1. This guy in turn 1 in an IndyCar isn't really working out too well for him. But that's why we're under yellow here in the Fort Worth 125K, and that's definitely going to shake up the rest of this race here because they came in the pit lane right at the fuel window here from Texas.
We're going along here at real time, and I feel bad for Nathan because I've done this several times in NASCAR video games, and meanwhile, the 48 of Andrew Miller has a code brown. Miraculously was able to save that car, but as Napa fans said, that they came down at the perfect fuel window, so it might end up like Indianapolis, where we have guys running out of gas with only a handful of laps to go. But once again, tough break for Nathan Stapleton there. Just misjudged it, and turn 1 has not been the nicest thing to Nathan Stapleton.
No, it hasn't. Gonna be interesting to see how this restart plays out. Nathan Faden is the race leader, and in a way, doesn't really deserve it because he actually surpassed the 37 on the cooldown lap, even though Brown won the race back to the line. So we'll have to see how Brown feels about that here on the restart. But either way, let's get to that restart here. The Texas Motor Speedway, we're going to restart at about lap 23 here in the Fort Worth 125K, race 3 of the season in the 2020 Haas IndyCar Series. We're back here at the Texas Motor Speedway, 2020 Haas IndyCar Series action, Fort Worth 125K. Glad you're with us here on this Friday evening, and tomorrow night, real-life IndyCar comes back right here at the Texas Motor Speedway, so... got a huge weekend of racing all across the board. Chick-fil-A comes from Portland tomorrow as well. So much to look forward to this weekend here in the NOFSRL and real-life racing as well. 21, Nathan Faden, your race leader for Ed Carpenter Racing, Usman Hamid, the owner of this team. Then you have 37 there of Mason Brown, Hairgel Arvin Alonso, the owner of Hairgel Autosport right there. 1, 2, 3, or should I say 2 and 3 for Hairgel Autosport. As... the number 8 machine of Mitchell Collins. We're restarting in 3rd. Max Anderson, Thomas Lipscomb, that's the top 5. Probably won't stay that way for long, though. Back to racing here at Texas. Only one driver a lap down. That is Nathan Stapleton, who was involved in the accident. And right away, Mason Brown wants to take what is rightfully his to the inside of Nathan Faden for the race lead on lap 24.52.
And we'll see the lap times and the speeds tick up as these guys are back on fresh tires. Is Mason Brown, he is saying, okay, you want to pass me under yellow? I'm going to pass you back under green where it's legal. And he's going to be trapped, Faden is going to be trapped on the outside lane, and here comes Max Anderson back to the point.
Garrett Sonora also coming in the 19. Sonora looking for win number 20 of his career. Dale Lightning in the 5, and then the 17 machine here as well of Thomas Troxel. There goes Sonora to the inside for the race lead.
And don't look now, Thomas Lipscomb, he's another one that wants a bit of redemption after the Indy 250 2 weeks back, when he unfortunately ran out of gas with only a handful of laps to go. Had a great race going for him, so if he could win at Texas, it would be not as big as the Indy 250, but the first win on Napa Fan, if I'm not mistaken, that would still be pretty special for him.
Oh, it definitely would be. Of course, he's only in his 3rd career Napa Fan start. Dale Lightning going to move to the inside of Garrett Sonora for the race lead. Thomas Troxel as well, but you mentioned that race, and I don't have the fuel window memorized here at Texas. I don't exactly know what it is. I don't know what it was in testing. It might have been around 32 laps, but we're right around that point, and we could see a few guys who have to come down at the end and make 2 super speedways in a row. Look at that! They're single file now, but they had the opportunity to go 5 wide into the corner. I mean, thankfully they didn't, but they were all running a different line there at into the entry of turn 1. Dale Lightning trying to hold on. Here comes Troxel to the inside for the race lead. Tristan Allen behind him here in the 39. Allen's won a truck race here before at Texas under the lights, so he knows how to get it done here at this racetrack.
They looked like they were about to do a 500-yard sprint or a 125K sprint here at the Texas Motor Speedway, but Thomas Troxel back to the point. He's trying to hold off the 39, I think that is.
Yep, Tom, that is Tristan Allen in the 39 for Hamill Autosport. Derek Hamill, the owner of this team, the all-time winningest owner on Napa Fan, would love to get an IndyCar win as an owner, and especially with Tristan Allen to the inside for the race lead. Josh King is coming in the 18 as well on the inside, and we got another one of the AJ Foyt cars. I believe that is Jordan Lopez in the 14, moving his way back on this inside lane. And inside doesn't have near as many cars as the outside, but it's simply the faster way around this racetrack with the fresh tires, and it's definitely getting the advantage right now here at Texas.
Exactly that. As Tristan Allen leads over the 23, but the 23 pokes into the inside, and Jordan Lopez has definitely been one of the faster cars all race long, so I think towards the end of this race, I think to look at him to see if he's going to win this race, is Owen Miles going to take 2nd place away from Tristan Allen, who was on that outside lane.
And Josh King in the 18 pulling away ahead of the 39 of Tristan Allen. Of course, Josh King would love to win this race after failing to qualify for the Indy 250. Lightning back on the inside. Mitchell Collins, Andrew Miller there as well, and Matt Tuck in the 28. Igar Barretto, Peyton Hamilton, Chase Harris. And for the race lead, Owen Miles, who was very strong in Indy 250 qualifications. Josh King cannot say the same. Going to the inside for the race lead, but his teammate Nathan Stapleton, who has that damage from the accident, is gonna get in the way. Oh, brother! That slowed up Lightning a little bit, but Stapleton has nowhere to go but hold up the outside lane. Owen Miles, Josh King all getting held up, and if they're not careful, they may jam it up and wreck. Oh, Miles, he's looking. He really wants to get around this 34 machine, but he's got nowhere to go, and these are teammates right here, and you got to be shaking your head right now at that.
Yeah, shaking my head's a bit of an understatement right there. Just wrong place, wrong time for Stapleton, but thankfully he didn't wreck the field and cost a couple $1 million in damage.
Not yet.
Worse.
They still got a few guys that have to pass him. Tristan Allen, Josh King, Jordan Lopez, and Thomas Troxel. I think all those guys had a really good shot at winning this race. I don't think they do anymore. Such a tough break for those guys. Going to split the pack up. Meanwhile, back to the race lead. It's Dale Lightning. Matt Tuck moving his way on the inside of Mitchell Collins. Agar Beretta looking for 2 in a row. He won last night in the Turkey Hill Series at Iowa. Just a little bit of a different type of race than what we saw last night, but Agar Beretta doing just as well. Peyton Hamilton, how about her in the number 11 machine, going for her first career Napa fan win, but Matt Tuck to the inside, looking to take the race lead away here on lap number 37 of 52. And now Davey Johnson, who lost the draft, is also going to be in the way of our race leaders. Oh boy.
Oh, he's going to catch him in the same place.
Lightning on the outside lane might get a run on Matt Tuck for the top position, but Johnson's going to move up to the outside, and now Lightning and Beretta were going to get held up, and don't look now, here comes Chase Harris. He's going for 2 in a row here in the Haas IndyCar Series. One last week in Lime Rock, now inside the top 5. Late in the going here in the Fort Worth 125K.
And the pack that was split up, we saw Owen Miles. He's quickly caught up back to this field, but they're going to get slowed up a bit by Davey Johnson. No, Marty Johnson, excuse me.
No, Davey Johnson.
Davey Johnson.
There's Marty Johnson. He's still running just as fast as everybody else in that 75 machine. And Stapleton has come down the pit lane to repair further damage. And he's going to merge back on again. My goodness.
I was about to say, if he moved up back in front of Owen Miles, Miles would probably just dump him there.
Oh, boy, you know it's bad when Davey Johnson's getting around him. Those are 2 guys who have been holding up the field here at Texas. There are going to be a few unhappy campers with Stapleton and Johnson at the end of this one. That's all I got to say. Meanwhile, back to the race lead. Peyton Hamilton took it away from Matt Tuck. Now here comes Mitchell Collins to the inside for the race lead. And now Chase Harris is back up here. If Harris wins this race, he's going to have a good shot at taking the points lead away, heading into our 1-week break. So Harris looking really strong here in these first 3 races. He's had a great season so far. Won his first career race last week at Lime Rock Park. And now he's got a shot at his 2nd career win here at Texas.
And another thing to mention, we've only got 11 laps to go this time by, so those guys that want to win this race, they need to get up here now. It's Chase Harris. He's going to try and go to the inside. He's going to have help from the 2 Zidell Motorsports cars of Justin and Andrew.
Yeah, and this is interesting too. These are teammates right here. We really haven't mentioned Zidell and Miller that much in this race, but these guys seem to be right on each other in every single race. And they were both running well in Indianapolis. They're both running well right here. They're now 1-2 as Zidell leads with 10 laps to go in the Fort Worth 125K. The big question is, do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? It was the same question in the Indy 250. It's the same question here. We won't know the answer until the finish of this race happens, but Justin Zidell, defending Haas IndyCar Series champion, to the race lead, 9 laps to go this time by at the Texas Motor Speedway.
That got close right there between Miller and Tuck is going to go to the inside. Tuck going to try and drive. He's going to try and split the 2 Zidell Motorsports cars in half. Here
he
comes
has successfully done that. Peyton Hamilton looking to do that as well. Mitchell Collins and Chase Harris. And don't look now, Marty Johnson, Christian Master up here as well. John Andrews, Cole Speed, Owen Miles, and Mason Brown. If they stay single file, they're going to close in on these guys before the end of this race. But now these guys are going single file as Justin Zidell continues to lead. Matt Tuck looking to the inside for the race lead here on lap 45 of 52, coming to 46 of 52. If I can do the math correctly, that is 7 laps to go here at Texas for Matt Tuck and Andretti Autosport.
And I told myself I wasn't gonna make this joke, but since Portland is tomorrow, Matt Tuck really wants it to be Dame time for that 28 car, but he's stuck on the outside lane and he's falling back quickly. Here comes the Herschel Autosport car, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the 37?
They're on the inside now with 6 to go. Oh boy, what a move there out of Matt Tuck. He's going to make it 3 wide. Hamilton's going to be on the outside lane. And that's going to just bring these guys in even more. Here comes Christian Master. He also wants redemption from failing to qualify in the Indy 250. And 3 wide again. Justin Zeidel, Chase Harris, and Mitchell Collins as Andrew Miller has taken the race lead away.
Yes,
getting intense up front here at Texas with now 5 laps to go in the Fort Worth 125K. How is this one going to play out? These guys are coming in fast.
Yeah, and like we can't remember the possibility of pit stops as Andrew Miller, the Zeidel Motorsports cars on each other like peanut butter on rye bread and jelly with jelly on it. I don't know where that came from. Is there door-to-door coming to 2 laps to go? Actually, no, not 2 laps to go, like 4 laps to go.
It is 4 to go, this time by Justin Zeidel. Going to take it away from Andrew Miller. Peyton Hamilton in the 11. Mitchell Collins is here. Christian Master has joined this pack. Will he have enough time to move his way to the front? They're going to run in on Stapleton again. So many factors in this race. How is it going to play out? 3 to go for Justin Zeidel in the number 24. Peyton Hamilton, Mitchell Collins, and Chase Harris right behind him. Will our defending champion get his first win in over 2 years here in the Haas IndyCar Series? He's got to get around Stapleton, and they're not going to get around him. Stapleton getting right in the way of Justin Zeidel. He's going to have to peek to the inside, and he will. Here comes Collins. They're going to make it 3 wide. 2 laps to go at Texas for Justin Zeidel.
It's going to be intense. Stapleton is still on the outside.
That was close right there between Miller and Stapleton. Thankfully, no contact happened, and it's going to happen again. Zeidel down the pit lane. It happened last night. It's going to happen again here tonight. White flag in the air. Mitchell Collins. 1 lap to go. Chase Harris looking to the inside. And once again, they just didn't have enough fuel. But now, Chase Harris in position to win his 2nd race of the season here in the Haas IndyCar Series. And out of nowhere, Cole Speed is here in the 4. Coming to the checkered flag. Chase Harris is going to make it 2 in a row. He's going to win the Fort Worth 125K here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Once again, where did he come from?
I gotta say it right now. I really think we got a new Mr. Edge in town. I really do. How in the world? A few guys came down. Matter of fact, a couple of guys. More than a few guys came down. Zeidel, Miles, Lightning, Miller, Anderson, Lopez had to come down. That's Audra Baranowskis. Chase Harris just had enough in the tank to pull it off, and back-to-back victories here in the Haas IndyCar Series for driver number 79 in his rookie season, his rookie campaign, only his 3rd career Napa Fan start. He has won 2/3 of all the races he competed in here on Napa Fan already. This guy's insane, and I believe he's going to also take the points lead at the end of the day as well. Wow. And it happened last night. Parker Smith was leading in that race last night. Had to come down right at the end. Igor Brota went on the win. Same thing happened here. Zeidel was leading. Had to come down. Chase Harris gets the race victory. Only about 10 guys had to come down. It wasn't as widespread as it was in the Indy 250. But Zeidel, Miles, Lightning, Anderson, Lopez, Miller, Baranowskis. Of course, Davey Johnson. Baranowskis and Davey Johnson. They both fell off the pack. But those guys there, Zeidel, Miles, Lightning, Anderson, Lopez, and Miller, they all just pushed it too hard and ran out of gas. Same with Igor Barreto in the 12. What in the world, man? I gotta tell you, are we going to even have an oval race that doesn't involve fuel strategy? I don't know. What do you make of all that madness here in the Fort Worth 125K?
Definitely a very interesting race. Played out a lot like Indianapolis, except for the lap traffic coming into play. That's 2 races in a row. Nathan Stapleton indirectly helped Chase Harris to a win. So definitely a very fun race to watch. Not from a owner's perspective of the American auto sport, cars, but definitely a very interesting race to watch. Fuel mileage is definitely starting to become the theme for the oval races in this series.
It is, but both times it's been a natural thing. The caution had to come out right at the perfect time in both the Indy 250 and this race, and that's the result. And Chase Harris, I gotta tell you, I mean, this guy has pulled a couple of them out of a place where he shouldn't be pulling them out of. But let me tell you, this guy is going to be a threat for this championship in the number 79 after what he has been able to do. I mean, he's been running strong in all these races so far this season, but after back-to-back wins, there might not be any stopping Chase Harris this year in the Haas IndyCar Series. We're just going to have to see next race 2 weeks from now, Saturday, June 20th, I think, at the Riverside International Raceway. That's going to be Napa, Indy, California, another road course, so it'll be a fun one there around that 2.69 mile road course, I do believe, in Riverside, California. It doesn't exist anymore in real life, but we have it in there in 2003, and we love it in the Haas IndyCar Series. But either way, tomorrow, Trey will join me for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race from Portland. That should be a good one there for the Western Digital 350K at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Napa Fan. And next weekend, it's the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout, which is why the IndyCar Series is taking a break next week. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Chase Harris, your race winner here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And on behalf of Trey Wright, here are the points for the Haas IndyCar Series after 3 races. And I will see you guys later.